I'm Barb Keisman. I'm a designer in residence at the Chicago Fashion Incubator, and this is
Anna Hovitt. I'm the Director of Programming at the Chicago Fashion Incubator. Today we're going to talk about the difference between direct-to-customer sales and wholesales.
You know what? This is important because as a designer, you have to decide how you're going to sell your goods. Are you going to go direct to consumer or are you going to wholesale? And that used to be the traditional way, right,
Yes.
Anna?
Yeah.
And it still happens. But I didn't choose it and you did though. So tell them why you decided and how you went about it.
Well, I think with globalization and the internet now, we have a direct pipeline to customers. We can do a lot more direct to customers, but it is a lot more work. Mm-hmm. So if you're selling directly to consumers, you are making a higher profit margin on your goods, but you're having to put in the face time. You're having to put in the marketing, as opposed to wholesale orders where you sell to a store at a smaller price, but then you ship it, it is gone, and they take care of all the sales.
One of the benefits to wholesaling is that you sell, I mean, you're talking to people who know what they're going to sell in the market, and if they don't buy your product or they only buy two of your items and not the other, then you have to question whether that other one should be made or not. And a lot of times too, don't designers, they use their wholesale orders to get the ball rolling, and then their leftovers that they make, they sell direct to consumer. Is that not how most
Absolutely. So your inventory is determined by your sales, and if you have wholesale orders ahead of time, you know how much to produce.
Correct.
But if you are just doing direct to consumer, you can't predict those numbers.
Can't.
So it's a bit of a risk on what you're going to produce, and so having that wholesale option is a safer option. But I know you've done a lot more direct to consumer.
I have, and you know, the reason I did it was because sometimes you have to bypass the traditional doorkeepers, and I thought, you know, I don't really know how to go that route. So the first route I knew how to go was direct to consumer. I went on Etsy, and then I went to art shows, and I could get directly to my customers. It was only later that I decided to do a little bit of wholesaling, and I was glad to do it, but I love direct to consumer. I love going direct to the customer, and it's also helped me to keep my prices down, because as American designers, we have higher costs than somebody producing in China, and so the market's very competitive price-wise, and I have found that if you don't give your fashions a good price, they kind of sales stall, period.
Absolutely. We need to be competitive with overseas markets. So
we do.
Being able to do direct to consumer in order to take your price point down, I think is going to be a really good goal for you.
Number one reason why I went direct consumer is to keep those prices down. Anyway, we're going to do a series of videos that give just a little tidbit information on what we found happens in the fashion industry. And I hope that you'll check us out each week. I'm Barbara Keisman, and you've been listening to Dare to Dream Once More.